Internets. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
And I'm wondering, do we all have our...
He took his headphones off for the audio listeners. So me and Ike are drinking out of nice butterbeer mugs. So that's fun. I was at Universal Studios this afternoon. Got myself some butterbeer. It's not what I'm drinking right now. Right now I'm drinking cream soda.
Pretend to be talking.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, never mind.
He can't tell. And when he gets back, we'll do the whole thing. We'll make it seem like it's been silent for the past 5 minutes. I got to experience Harry Potter Land. It's been open for a few months over here, but this is my first time. I've been to Universal a lot, but this is the first time I've been to Universal since they opened the Harry Potter Land. And I got to say, true to the books, it's cramped as fuck.
The one in Florida was pretty spacious.
Yeah, not in Hollywood or in technically Universal City. It's like the storefronts are tiny. There's like a maximum capacity, and like they gotta like wait to let people in and shit. And then you're like, fuck it, why don't I just buy this shit at the other Harry Potter souvenir shops all throughout the park?
Because then you don't get the experience of the wand pick. That was such crap. That was the saddest part of the whole thing, was like going to see, because you're right, the actual shops themselves are super cramped, and so we had to wait in line to go into Ollivander's wand shop, and we get in there and like some girls getting her wand picked, and then the wand picks you. Ooh, like the girl's like 6 or 8. It's genius marketing, because then they pull the parent aside and like, you're gonna have to pay for this wand. It's like $50. And, like, of course, the kid's going to be like, if I don't get my wand, that pick me. So I was like, I thought maybe they would give...
Killer marketing. Yeah.
They would give the one wand away, but no.
That's the same like in Disneyland. They do the Jedi Academy, where you go up there, the little kids go up there, they give them a little Jedi robe and a little plastic lightsaber, and then they train them, and then they all get to fight Darth Vader at the end. But at the end, they take the wand and lightsaber away and give you a paper certificate saying you passed Jedi Academy.
You're no longer a Jedi kid. We're taking this back, but you get a piece of paper.
Yeah, but you can make your own in the Star Trader just over there.
I would have to say butterbeer is my downfall there, though, because I was like looking at the calories in it at one point. I was just like, holy crap! And like I went to buy one because I wanted one of these cool souvenir mugs, and I didn't specify that when I went up to the woman. So I'm like, yeah, like a butterbeer. And she's like, okay. And I thought they just came in it. I knew it would cost extra, but so she hands me like a plastic cup. I was like, oh my bad. I meant to say I wanted it in one of the souvenir cups. She's like, oh, no problem. So she wanted it back, comes back with a mug that she probably spit in. She put more in it, and then she's holding on to this other one. She's like, I can't sell this one because I already like poured it. Do you want this one for free? I'm like, hell yeah, I want that one for. So I'm like double fisting butterbeer. It was amazing.
I mean, according to MyFitnessPal, it's 200 calories, which isn't that bad.
I had like 4 or 5 of them in one day.
Yeah, I had two. I had 2 today, so that wasn't too bad. But you know, they're an interesting. I like them because there's this knockoff Harry Potter shop like not far from where I live. I forget, it's like called like Wizarding Alley or some shit like that, where they sell all like the non-official robes and ties and shit, and they have like butterbeer stuff, and occasionally I'll see it at Vaughn's, but it's called like just butterscotch beer, but there's a picture of a cauldron, and it's not great. It's like too sweet, like it's super sweet, and it's all right, but it's very butterscotchy, and it's like very intense sweetness. Whereas the butterbeer they have there is actually it's good. I enjoyed it because they fill it with like whatever soda they use, the butterscotch soda, and then they add a little thing of foam on top of it, so it looks like it's all frothy.
And then if you have the mug, you get a discount when you go back to get more.
Yeah, you can get refills, which we did on the way back, which is fun. But
I actually brought mine to the park with me the next day to make sure I could keep getting refills.
It's a smart way to go. And another thing, like the wands, they're $50, which blows. But I don't know if I assume it's the same in Miami, or Orlando. But you can like point the wands at like the shop windows and cause things to do things. which is
I saw that's new. I know they're doing it down in Florida. I'm super jealous because when I had gone there, we'd gone on the Dueling Dragons, and you could see across the park to the part they were making the new feature in, and I was like, man, if we were only coming next year, and now I really want to go again because I had a blast there.
yeah. I would kind of like to actually go to the Orlando park because I feel like it's got more rides. It's a little bit more of a theme park, whereas Universal is kind of not really a theme park. Joe turned off his mic and his camera, so obviously he fucking they fucking. His girlfriend came in and they fucking, like we all know. But it'll be over real quick.
No, she's my wife. First.
It's not shameful if you're married.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, see?
It's shameful if you should be doing the show.
Yeah.
You're right. It is shameful
unless you're doing it on the show. Unless it's for the show. Then
unless it's like that scene in
show.
Monty Python's Meaning of Life where the teacher's fucking his wife in front of like the students. It's like instruction. Like it's like this is how you. It's like we've already covered foreplay. Do you? Yeah. And it's like no, that's fine. You know. It's like, so now you thrust into the woman.
Well, if I accidentally turned the camera on right now, we would get some extra viewers. That's for sure. We also would be banned from Hangouts, so this is the best and worst part of having a single room and living in a downtown area is the fact that the show happens and life goes on while this is happening. So what are you guys talking about?
Oh, we stopped talking for a long time.
I hope I was like I should bring my phone so I can listen to what they're saying, but it's very rainy out right now. I got all wet.
We were both talking about Harry Potter shit because we both
have this mug. You have yours, right?
You guys have butterbeer?
Well, we have the mugs.
Put your shirt on. Just I need to turn this camera on. Put your shirt on.
Or don't. Or don't.
Just turn the camera on.
Wait, everybody says don't. Never mind. Everybody says don't turn the camera. I'm like scared to touch anything on the computer because I don't.
We didn't say don't turn the camera on. That's not what we said. We did not imply anything about turning the camera on. That shouldn't be done.
I like that the live chat room Blazers33X says I'm listening if Joe I'm leaving. Oh, I'm done listening if Joe leaves, and then Top Dead Centered Eric, shout out to him, says, come on, Joe. If you want to join the live chat room, you can. Go to justcoolenough.com/live. I assume you guys didn't plug that yet, so I wanted to throw that in there.
No.
No, we stopped talking for like 10 minutes. You took so fucking long.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. It was hilarious, though. Okay, I turned the camera back on now. It was hilarious because
it's just you?
Yeah, she left. I like it's pouring rain right now. Like, look at how wet I am. I was dry a minute ago.
I just assumed it was like a flight and a half of stairs, and that's just sweat.
Or that minute you took off camera, you got busy and you have very poor.
This is me. This is my I'm done face.
He's quick, but he's got a good refractory period, so he can get back into it in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm very high energy. Anyway, so yeah, like I turned the corner.
High maintenance.
It just
more like
high maintenance too. Yeah, lots of those. I'm like a fine Italian automobile or a shitty one, whatever. But I turned to the left, and I see like in the middle like the street, and she's like, it was like a cartoon. How much rain's coming down? It was like a shitty movie, and like her laptop bag's getting drenched. I'm like, this is the time, Joe. All this running you've been doing in the last month. Now there's a reason to run. So like I like ran full speed and got over there and like grabbed the bag and like, come with me, I'll save you, woman. You need a man's help. And then
Sarah picked you up and carried you into the building.
You're like, come with me, and then you tripped, fell face first into a puddle.
No, I got to be a gentleman. Unfortunately, I didn't have dinner or anything ready because I had to do the show.
You put your coat down so she could cross the puddles?
Yeah, I put my whole shirt down. I took off all my clothes and put my shirt in the puddle. But it's like really.
And then you turned. You're like, there you go, and she's already at the door, going, what the hell are you doing?
That's exactly how it went. Cool story.
When I was at the one in the Harry Potter world down in Florida, it was like the Beatles had. We went on the ride, like the roller coaster one, and we get in there. The first time was super long, and it was pretty cool. We decided to go again later on, and it was a large Brazilian Portuguese group, like huge. All these students, they were probably high schoolers, just everywhere inside the ride, and the girls like they have those like 3D holographic images that pop up of Hermione and Weasley or Ron Weasley and whatnot, and the girls just start screaming. It was like the Beatles had showed up and were in the 1960s, like blew out my eardrums. I don't understand.
I get
and
that.
It was a hologram. It was a fucking hologram.
I understand that because we did the studio tour, and the end of the studio tour is Fast and Furious fully loaded, and there's a hologram of Vin Diesel in The Rock, and I just started screaming and grabbing my face and crying. And
I understand that. Yeah, why not? I don't understand that actually. I just said I did, but thinking about it, I don't understand that. Why would you say that? Like, what kind of reaction is that? Like, what? You're gonna scare the person away.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's like when you get people who like clap at the end of movies. It's like they can't hear you. Like, do you think they can hear you? Because they cannot.
Yeah, like if somebody I knew worked or was working on that movie or something like that, I would clap as long as it was good.
If I'm like opening night of a movie, yeah, it's an experience. It's fun. We're all there. Yeah. Like we clapped to, Force Awakens or like an Avengers or some shit. But if I'm just like fucking seeing goddamn Zootopia at like 4:30 on a Tuesday, I'm not gonna clap for that shit.
Like no, yeah, exactly. Maybe, or like what would that? The opposite of that would be if it was really bad and you just looked at the movies and went boo, boo, and just yell, because that's how I felt after that one movie that was really bad. I saw a movie this week. It was the X-Men one. It wasn't Winter Soldier. It was the
God,
X-Men.
The X-Men one was horrible.
Why did everybody? Okay. So like I saw. No spoilers, because we're not going to spoil it for people. But I saw the Rotten Tomatoes rating before I went to the movie, and it was like a 43. I'm like, oh god, this is going to suck. But Sarah didn't, right? My wife Sarah, she was just like, I want to see it because Sansa's in it, and I like X-Men because they deal with complex issues. Because she read the comics, right? Like, she likes the comics. She wanted to see the X-Men movie. Okay, let's do it. So she went in not knowing that everybody hated it, and I went in knowing that the world hates this movie. I was really entertained. I thought it was an entertaining movie. There's tons of plot holes, but I just kind of meatheaded out a little bit, and it was an entertaining movie. What made it horrible for you, Ike?
And Sarah, really quick, what was her take on it, not knowing to go in with the bar set exceptionally low? Did she enjoy it? She said it was a solid. Yeah, she said it was solid. She said it wasn't a. She didn't marry you, so.
I mean, she's known to make a mistake once in a while, like that. But no, she said it was a solid movie. It was a good movie for like a popcorn flick. It wasn't like the Citizen Kane of Marvel movies or whatever, like
it's not a Marvel
we know what we were getting into.
No, I can safely say this because it is not a spoiler. The best redeeming quality of the entire movie was when one of the characters points out that the third movie in any trilogy is always the worst.
That is a spoiler. Don't spoil stuff.
They were talking about Star Wars. It wasn't a spoiler.
That's not very meta. And that the third movie's not the worst. I mean, of all the Star Wars movies, the original trilogy, I would say New Hope is. Oh, you're right. Fucking yeah. I would say Jedi was probably my least favorite. I mean, I like I like a lot of what New Hope did, and I think Jedi. Yeah, you're right. Now I'm thinking about it.
So
yeah, right. Like, but what I'm saying, like, the build up in this movie was not worth the end payoff, and a lot of it didn't make sense. So you go in thinking it's crappy, and then you'll come out thinking it's like, oh, okay, that was not crappy.
Well, the problem. I haven't seen it yet, but my biggest issue with it, it's like, oh, an X-Men sequel with a bunch of new characters, and it's like they're
right.
All the characters from the old one, but it's completely different actors, so it might as well just be a bunch of new people you don't fucking know.
Well, let's see. We could talk about the CGI, the terrible CGI in the movie that was so hard. Like, it's not all of it, but I feel like on some of the little things, like, we have to have a lot of particle effects. And you're like, oh, this is pretty good. And they're like, now we have to show a tanker being flipped over in the ocean. And like, we're just gonna ask the 6-year-old with a crayon to fucking do this. And they didn't want to CG. They didn't want to CG Raven at all. So. I mean, sorry, put makeup on her, so they CG'd all of her, and when she's in her blue outfit, and it looked horrible. Like her head at one point was lining up with her shoulders.
Actress. She's not gonna fucking sit through makeup anymore.
It was like her whole head neck area is like half an inch to the left, and her shoulders are in the wrong place.
I will give you that because
Robert
the
Downey
initial.
Jr. has not worn a full Iron Man suit since Iron Man 1, and he doesn't even wear the suit anymore since since the Avengers. Now he just wears like a gray leotard.
But that's done.
But at least it looks
You know
good.
what's going to be really awesome?
True.
No,
it's
when
like they went to like the art program at some intro art program. Like, hey, listen, we know you're just learning how to use 3D mapping. Would you do this Raven costume for us? Because don't worry about it.
There's so many effects these days in these movies. They have to do multiple houses, like dozens of different effects houses, and it's whoever bids the cheapest and can do it on time. So it's
apparently they bid out to my school's kindergartners because it was horrid.
I definitely noticed there was you ever watch The Land Before Time? You know how like the starting sequence, it's like 4 or 5 different art people that are at different varying parts of their career. Like that's how the CGI was in X-Men Apocalypse. Because the start of it was like, like it was really bad. It was legitimately terrible CGI for that kind of big budget movie, right? And I'm with you there, but I'm also with you the fact that the cast totally changed around and whatever. I didn't even think I saw the second movie.
And like the main evil guy is so one-dimensional the entire movie, and I'm pretty sure they probably could have gotten Ben Stein to play him because he's monotone the whole damn thing. At least Ben Stein would have made it somewhat enjoyable to watch, as he's like Magneto.
I just say it could have.
Magneto.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was fun. It was fun. Everybody sees your butt. Everybody. The whole world. The whole world. You're gonna have to like run from the door and just jump into the bed.
Or slide.
Or slide.
Or crawl. There'll be some crawling.
Or crawl. Yeah, just go right along the thing. Anyway, I know that was, but I think that's one of the things like we'll notice, but like a normal moviegoer would be like, it was fine. Like,
no, I mean, you do notice these things. Like the second Hobbit movie, that fight at the end with Smog, where they're like throw all that garbage where they're throwing like the gold around and stuff. That all looks atrocious because they rush that shit so much. All of that is.
Though, and it's gonna look so bad once we get like 8K. It's gonna look so terrible. Look at the early CGI stuff now. Like if you watch Transformers now on a 4K display, it looks like garbage, and that's how Iron Man's gonna look on an 8K display.
It depends, because some of them because Starship Troopers still holds up. I think like the effects.
That practical effects though.
There's a lot of CG, and the CG, like all the bugs are CG, but they hold up pretty well, and they do a good job of like the blending, because there's a great tracking shot of like their drop pod, like in that first big drop pod scene where it's like falling and then hits the ground, and it switches from completely CG to practical drop pod, and it's almost entirely seamless.
Then that's really good, but I think that's the exception, of course. Like it's really bad. Anyway, guys, if you want to support the show, you can go to justcoolenough.com, hit the donate button.
What you should do is support the show and not support X-Men. So take that money that you would have gone to see X-Men, put it towards the show, because you get more quality stuff from us, and there's more of it.
I mean, if you're just going by like entertainment per dollar, we're gonna deliver heaps over at the X-Men movie. So if you were gonna go see the X-Men movie, yeah, fuck that. It's not as good as our show. I can say that honest. So go donate to justcoolenough.com. And if you want to join the live chat room while we're doing the show, go over to justcoolenough.com, click the live button, and you too can join the elusive Brady, who's in the chat room right now. So, hey Brady, welcome to the chat room. Also, we want to extend our gratitude over to Todd and the guys over at Alpha Geek Media. I didn't call it radio or Alpha Geek Video this time. I'm calling it Alpha Geek Media because there's a ton of shows, video and also not video, audio. So
I was going to interrupt you just because we're sans one person. I want to know how your week's been, Joe.
Oh, well, my week has been really good. I started doing training. I had a personal trainer that you may or may not have worked with come over and basically beat the hell out of me. So I'm excited to record the next episode of Just Fit Enough. So that'll be fun. But no, it's been a really interesting week because I've been kind of breaking into the automotive press a little bit more, and I'm trying to get press cars so I can actually review vehicles. So making a name that way would be actually pretty cool too. So pretty interesting week. Got some interesting things bubbling around with Shout Engine that I can't talk about yet, but things are happening. Good things are happening. But I mean, I did have a holiday. I mean, like, we call it a holiday, right? Like our topic this week, our top 3 things that we're going to talk about. Can we kind of dovetail into that, you think?
Well, I mean, I wanted to share one thing with my week, and then we can dovetail wherever you want.
Oh, I thought you guys already did the week.
No, we only talked about Harry Potter. We talked a little bit about what Eric did. We never got to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you should know this. Eric likes to talk about himself. I don't know why you expected the amount of time that you were gone that we would be able to cover everything.
I stopped talking for 5 minutes, and you just assumed that my internet went down and I disappeared.
Like, what did you do last week? How was your week?
So my favorite part, and I'm sure he's probably out there listening, and he'll probably appreciate this, was we had a LAN party at my friend's place on Friday where we had a lot of people. We had Marcus, a friend of ours from, you might know him, guys, this Doc, came up
Marcus Aurelius?
Yeah, he came up from Florida. We went over to Ryle's place, and we got to play as the HTC Vive. And
ooh,
I was really skeptical. I was thinking kind of like, oh yeah, it's cool, and like I was like, yeah, I mean, whatever. But we went and played, and it was a blast. Like, we took turns playing, and I was telling Amanda that if we don't end up going to Australia this summer for whatever reason, I'm gonna use that money to get myself a Vive. Like,
wow.
The highlight, there were 2 really good parts. A gaming side, there was this one that kind of these drones come up over the edge of this cliff, and you have these 2 pistols in your hand that you can set to like automatic, semi-automatic, whatever. But you can also reach behind your back and pull out a shield instead, and you can block some of the lasers, or you can go double shield. Like, you can do whatever. So we were trying to see how far we could get and outdoing each other. And you get 3 chances where you can be shot by a drone. You can also shoot yourself if you're not careful, because if you shoot the shield, it will ricochet off and kill yourself. But I got into like level 8 was my personal best. I managed to get to level 10 before I lost any lives, and then level 11 I went to hell. I made it to like second on the scoreboard because Ryle has his name all over the thing. But it was such a blast. And then later on, I wanted to try out. It's called Tilt Paint. It's put out by Google. It is a painting, if you couldn't guess, a painting program. And so it was really interesting because I got to try out. It's really awkward with everyone muting their mics, and Eric might be disconnected again.
I wasn't muting my mic. I was muting my camera also, so Sarah could run by.
So it's really cool because I created this, like, it's a 3D environment, and you get to paint like you would in Photoshop, except all the paintbrush marks are created in 3D, so you can walk around them. And here's like,
that's really
it kind of
cool.
has like stamp tools, like you have leaf tools, and there's like a fire tool that makes like fire stuff. So I ended up making this campfire, which is about, when you have the goggles on, it's about real life. It's about life size. And then I made a tree that is taller than I am. Like, I had to get up on my tiptoes just to get to the bottom branches. Like, it was a blast trying to paint this thing.
How did you make it taller? Like, were you able to float up in the air?
No, I literally got up on my tiptoes and was painting up near the ceiling, because there's a cage that appears that lets you know when you're close to the wall. And I realized very quickly, like, I got down on the ground, I'm making grass with one of the brushes, but what I'm really doing, because you have 2 with the Vive, you have 2 controllers, is one, I'm just doing this. Well, for those of you who can't see, I'm just waving my hand like around like I'm jerking off someone. And I'm doing this all
coffee motion.
I'm doing it on the floor, and Ryle's watching me make it. He's watching me do the art piece. Like, this is really cool. So he invited his roommate to come. He's like, oh, you got to come see what Ike's making. So his roommate comes around the corner, just sees me on my hands and knees, just waving my hand about, trying to get the grass. He's like, I don't know what he's doing in there, but out here it looks like he's giving some guy a hand job. I'm like, I know what it looks like when you're not inside, but it's so cool inside.
Yeah, when you're inside, it's so much better.
Yeah. But it was a blast. I definitely think the HTC is worth. I know I asked Ryle, if he thought it was worth it, and he said he really supports the movement. I agree with him. Like,
guys, virtual reality is the future.
I'm eating hot dogs. I don't understand what. Looks like.
I'm milking a giant elephant. Dude, can you milk elephant? I don't know.
You can in the virtual reality.
Everything, everything looks like sexual if you're not doing it. Like, because that's hear me out for a second. Like, you could be doing anything and it could look sexual.
How about you just not? Can we just not have this conversation?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's go.
So anyway, and the last highlight to my week was yesterday, because I know we didn't do just fit enough this week. I ran personal best. I ran 1 mile in 9 minutes and 59 seconds, which is one of the things I've been striving to do. When I got on the treadmill yesterday, I said, I'm feeling like I'd already gone for a run in the morning. I was like, I'm just going to try it. Worst day is to happen. I don't make it. So I cranked it up to 6.1 just to give myself a little extra, and I hammered out 1 mile. So first time being able to do a 10-minute mile.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, that was a goal that you set out for a while now. So
now I got to do 3 miles in 30 minutes.
Oh wow. Okay,
that's
now
kind of where I'm going for that.
Now that I've been patient and totally haven't had internet problems the last 10 minutes, can I talk about my week?
Oh, you went to Harry Potter. I thought that was your week. I thought that's all you did.
No. Last night, my improv team, they want us to, like, every 6 months make a sketch.
Whoa, so hold on. Check. Hold on 1 second. You last week you left us at like a cliffhanger about what happened to your improv career and everything.
Oh yeah.
So tell us about that first.
We went through auditions. My team's still a team. We assumed that was going to be the case. I assumed it going in, and then our last practice, our coach who runs the theater basically told us the same thing, that he didn't think they were going to do anything to our team, and it was fine. They didn't do anything to our team.
That's pretty cocky of you.
Yeah, no, it's just...
I'm still funny. My group's never going to fall apart.
It's not that. It's that we all like each other. Everybody who sees our shows is like, man, that's really good. Like, even the other improvisers are like, you guys had a really good show. And then, like, our coach who runs the theater is like, this is the kind of improv I want us to be doing here. So we're like, yeah. So,
okay, yeah. So you're teacher's pet, essentially. You're just like comedy teachers.
Brown on your nose.
Yeah, little... Pick it up there further.
So we're still good, but they got a bunch of new teams now. There is a total of 9 teams, which is a lot of fucking teams. But yeah, some friends of mine got shifted around. Some didn't get on teams, which sucked. But this kind of stuff happens. But they wanted us to shoot a sketch. Technically last month, and I wrote up a sketch based on just like a funny thing that happened during one of our practices, and we actually it was a pretty quick and easy write up, and it wasn't much of. I was just like, here's something, and just an idea. Unless anyone else has better ideas, I'm like, nope, we love that. Let's make that. I'm like, oh, okay, and then my buddy Ray, who is on my team, who works in Facebook, is like, hey, I want to talk to you about your sketch. And I was like, oh, he's probably gonna have a bunch of ideas. He's like, I love it. Make 2-3 changes and we're good. And then he's like, I have this idea for all this stuff. I was like, okay, you're directing it. Fucking stop. You got that. And so we set it up to shoot last night. And he talked about, because he works at Facebook, he does video production there, and he was saying, I think I can get together the equipment to shoot this. I was like, okay, so I don't have to worry. But we hadn't talked about it, so I was like, I don't know if he has, what kind of equipment he has. I have a camera that's decent enough. I don't have sound equipment, but, we'll make do. And so I brought, my tripod and my camera, which are fine, but, I was like, I have enough equipment that we can make do with what I brought. And I show up, and it's at his place. He's already pre-lit it with several lights, and he has 2 Canon C100s, which are, I believe, $10,000 cameras. And
only 10? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, and he only had 2 of them, which is real bullshit.
Yeah, what
But
kind
yeah,
of 2-bit operation are you running over there?
actually no, I think they were $5,000 cameras, so totaled out to about $10,000. But maybe he was count,
Uh,
but also like professional lenses and monitors and like because that $5,000 gets you a camera body and that like, but that's like a really fucking higher end camera. Like when you really want to take this shit more seriously, and then like he had some mics and stuff. Like he had like more like better equipment than I've ever actually used on a shoot, I think. Except for like the one time my friend shot something from film school where we shot it on a Red Epic.
it's
But
like the best thing ever.
it's not the best thing ever, but it's one of the. It's like $25,000, so it's really high up
Okay,
there.
fine.
Yeah.
Slice the hairs. Jesus.
Yeah, but it was fun because like I showed up like worried that like we were gonna kind of be very slapdash, and he has all this fucking equipment. He's got a shot list and a breakdown and all this like idea of how everything's gonna do. I'm like, oh fuck, like yeah, yeah, go for it. And like he had 2 people, like his girlfriend and like a friend of hers, like running the cameras. So we were like, oh, this is fucking easy. But then I could just fucking like do my fucking lines and like watch Majid fall over. That's the only thing that the whole premise is that it involves a trust fall where we don't catch the guy over and over again. So it involves actual real fall over and over again. Like luckily, one of the guys, Taylor, has some stunt training and stuff, so he set it up so with some padding so he wouldn't hurt himself if he fell right. But I felt bad. I was like, he's falling a lot. Like he must have fallen at least 30 times. Like. And then we're like, okay, yeah, that's enough falls. You don't have to keep falling. And then he would fall like 3 more times, and we're like, seriously, you don't have to fall anymore. We have plenty of shots of you falling to the ground.
Maybe he was practicing.
And I was like, I feel bad because I would have wrote me into the part where I fall just because I would feel better about forcing myself to do it. But it was like. It was the sketch was sort of his idea, and I didn't want to be a dick and like be like, that was the funny joke you made. Well, now it's me. Blah, blah, blah. I'm the star of this.
Wow. So you got to just go in, and somebody had everything set up, and you got to do your lines and see some funny stuff happen, and then you're out.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty professional.
Yeah, it was like the most professional. And like normally when like my sketch shoots, it's like. Even the shit I've written, it's like, okay, I wrote it. I also have to do sound, or like I also have to run this part of the crew. I have to run the camera, or so, I have to do something else. And this, I was like, nope, just stand here, say your fucking lines. Okay, good enough. We'll cut around you.
Oh gosh, wow. So when are we going to be able to see the sketch?
I don't know. Hopefully soon. I think he said his girlfriend was going to edit it, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll give her a chance. So we'll see when that goes up. But I do have another sketch we shot. I shot last week as well that with my sketch group that's basically stars me, written, starred, and semi-directed by me, which should be up next week, I think.
Did you have a bunch of like fake blood all over your face, or is that ketchup? Mm-hmm.
No, it's fake blood. It's dish soap and red food coloring. Normally you use Caro syrup, but I want dish soap because I wanted the consistency to be a little lighter.
Oh wow, okay. Well, good. I can't wait to see that clip coming.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
Now you can dovetail.
No, I'm not going to dovetail. I was actually going to say, let's talk about making your own podcast with Shout Engine in under 5 minutes for free with ShoutEngine.com. Start your own podcast for free with ShoutEngine.com right now today. If we can do it, you can do it. And if yours is bad, you won't get ratings, and then you can just stop and keep listening to ours. So there you go. Great plan, Joe.
But really, if you're not getting ratings and we're around, you don't have to. The bar, we're setting it pretty low.
Yeah, like if we've done 332 episodes, then you could put 10 out there. Just get going on it. That's actually one thing I really like about podcasting is it's kind of like an equalizer. Like anybody with a mic, with a decent mic, can go out there and say something, and then the good stuff flows to the top, and the bad stuff just kind of stays down there at the bottom with their pop vinyls and their fans and their dirty bedrooms and stuff. So. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to get dark.
I feel like
you're
talking.
Oh yeah, and your shitty internet too. I forgot to mention that.
I
Eric's
was like,
having a
maybe
rough
that's
way
me.
to go.
And you started talking. I was like, no, that's
Nope.
not me.
Man, I feel so bad for and from the chat
Maybe,
room and their
maybe.
rented rooms. I was trying to think of something to burn me with, but I couldn't think of
Sure you
anything because I'm
were.
very infallible. Yeah, I'm pretty infallible. So, anyway, let's talk. Let's talk about holidays, Ike.
What about
Since Eric's
holidays?
not here. Well, I was thinking because like we just had a holiday here in the U.S. and it's kind of like people call it a holiday, but it's Memorial Day, right?
Yep.
And this is the day you're supposed to honor veterans that die, people that died in war,
Well,
not just
honor the ones that
veterans.
died, not the ones that are still alive.
Exactly, exactly. So people that died serving for our country. This is Memorial Day in the U.S. And I was thinking, like, there's not like a good way for civilians to honor the fallen soldiers and this and that. But I was thinking, I'm like, it's kind of a weird thing to call a holiday because it's not really a holiday. It's just like, it's a day off, and for some people, it's a terrible day or maybe it's a great day where they celebrate people that did things. But so it got me thinking, like, what's your least favorite holiday? Because it's
Valentine's Day.
oh, you have an answer. You're ready to go. Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's so you have to. You have to do it if you don't have a significant other to do a Valentine's Day with or somebody to go celebrate with, you're just a terrible human being.
Agreed.
Well, yeah. So like, is that are you guys just jumping straight to number one? Normally we're picking three of these, so like I feel like Valentine's Day is like a strong one to start off with.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an order to them.
Well, I mean, there's not really an order, but sometimes you want to hold your shot before, like, because I mean, we still got like 28 minutes or whatever to record, and
But you just assume that the other ones are better or worse.
well, the reason I'm saying that is because everybody thinks Valentine's Day is really shitty. Yeah, I mean, single, not single, whatever. Valentine's
Also,
Day.
it's a bunch of commercial garbage meant to make you feel bad and spend a bunch of money for no apparent reason.
And that's what I came down with like Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Father's Day. It's like these are things you should think about and should be on your mind all the time, and it shouldn't just have a special day. It should be like, hey,
I used to ask my parents, I'm like, okay, so there's Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, when's Kids Day? And they're like, Kids Day is every day. I'm like, that's a bullshit answer. I want presents too.
yeah, what do I don't get some sort of holiday where I just get candy or something?
Yeah.
I think it changes as you get older also. Like when I didn't give a shit about Valentine's Day, and then I was not married and then single, and then I was like, oh, Valentine's Day is the worst holiday ever. And then when you're just comfortably married, it's like, where are we gonna go to dinner? Whatever. Maybe we don't do anything. Fuck it. Valentine's Day sucks for everyone except for the person in their first year of dating. Because
Or
you gotta
the
bring
companies
it.
that make Valentine's Day cards.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about the economic circumstances of
Or
that.
chocolate, or jewelry, or any of the other
Well, okay,
bullshit
if
you
you're
have
in
to
your
buy
first,
now.
if you're in your like try hard time period of dating someone, you got to bring it on Valentine's Day. You can't like slack off. You got to bring the chocolates, do the
Or
flowers.
or you don't lie to a woman and you just live your life the way you would live it normally, so that she's not slowly disappointed with you.
No, because then you
Over
have to have
time.
that day. Like, you could just be a shitty person all year long. You don't want to set the bar high because when it comes to Valentine's Day, they'll expect amazing things. You don't want that.
Yeah, it's like that thing where it's
Yeah,
like, hey, can you do the dishes? So you do it terribly, so you never get asked to do the dishes again.
Exactly.
this gives me so much insight into your life, Eric. It makes me.
By the way, I'm alone.
You do
In,
dishes
in
shitty
every
ones many
conceivable way.
times.
Maybe if you just tried really hard on one Valentine's Day, sealed
With
the deal,
who?
and then you.
We never make it
I
that far.
Yeah, well, no, that's the move. And then, like, you want to make sure you get out of it before any of these big gift-giving holidays. You want to cancel the relationship before Christmas, before their birthday, before Valentine's Day. Sweetest Day, that's kind of a bullshit one, too. And I hate that one. I should.
I've never even heard of that. That's how bullshit that is.
It is bullshit. It's just a day where you buy flowers. It's a Hallmark holiday, damn it. where you buy cards and flowers. All those can go die in a fire. I hate those holidays.
No, it's
There's
all,
not
it's
a-
all
there-
bullshit. Like, it's all like somebody decided like in the 60s to do a thing, and then it becomes like the whole idea of green bean casserole that came in the 60s. They wanted to sell. They're like, the Campbell's company was like,
Green
we
bean
don't have.
casserole, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not joking. In the 60s,
I know.
they were like,
I know.
hey, we don't have any products that really sell during Christmas, so let's invent a dish. So they said, hey, if we do this and then team up with green bean fucking casserole, we'll tell people it's a holiday favorite. We'll run ads on TV when there's only 3 goddamn channels, and now everyone has to have disgusting ass green bean
Shitty
casserole.
French's, those stupid French's onion things, and some
Yeah.
sloppy mushroom soup, and the worst green beans from a can every fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thank you, Campbell's Kraft Foods Corporation. You jerks. You know what I prefer? Regular green beans, olive oil, and garlic. You don't need any of that shit in your green beans. I'm not even saying that as a healthy thing. I just think the green bean casserole leaves a lot to be desired from the green bean. It's like you're covering up terrible vegetables when you make that thing.
They run like fucking magazines ads like, women, do you want your children to grow up to be homeless murderers? No? Well then do your job and cook green bean casserole, you dumb bitch. That's like verbatim what they say.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of old commercials. I think I saw that one. Yeah. So okay, we've established that Valentine's Day is pretty much one of the shittier holidays.
I'm okay with it.
Wait, no. Okay. There's yeah, I know. Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a day where you express your love for people. Fucking you sad fucks. My pick. Are we doing this individual picks? Because I don't know how many I have.
You go for
my
it.
pick,
Yeah,
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, good pick.
Yeah.
You turn your ringer? Can you just turn your cool sounds off for like 5 seconds?
I'm sorry, Google has to tell me about verified numbers. I
Did that? I turned my volume off. I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I had mine on the whole time.
St. Patrick's Day is bullshit. It's a holiday in celebration of inebriation. It doesn't have a theme. It's just an excuse for white people to get drunk and riot in the streets, but it's okay, and just act like general pricks.
So
and
I'm gonna lump mine into yours because all the same things apply to Cinco de Mayo. This is
Oh
not
my god! Wait, no.
I will say
Spanish people don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo. That is an American-made thing for an excuse to get wasted and then wander around being an asshole.
Yep,
No,
simpatico.
okay,
Those are two really just shitty holidays that are just excuses for white people to just get shit-faced in the street and punch a cop and get away with it.
So St. Patrick's Day sucks. Cinco de Mayo is great.
I just think Cinco de Mayo has like Mexican food. You can go to a party and eat nachos.
Let's not call it. Yeah. Like, the only thing, this is why I like Cinco de Mayo. Okay, it's a white person's holiday that we made up so we can eat a bunch of Tex-Mex. But what's wrong with that? Damn it!
No,
Like,
I enjoyed the Tex-Mex part. I will say that's where it has a leg up over St. Patrick's Day. Because what are you gonna fucking eat for St. Patrick's Day? Like
Cabbage.
Blarney Stones?
Yeah, you're gonna.
Potatoes?
Actually, no. I will say, fuck it. You're right. Because St. Patrick's Day is when we have corned beef and cabbage, which is my all-time favorite meal. I love corned beef and cabbage.
Are you switching now?
No, I still stay
No.
St. Patrick's
The
Day.
holiday is terrible, but the food amazing.
Yeah, same.
Actually, some of the best restaurants I've ever had came from Ireland, but St. Patrick's Day, is that Ireland? I don't know.
Well,
It's all
yeah,
part
same-
of the same
it's
part of the
Irish-
world.
it's-
St. Patrick's Day Irish.
It's
I don't know.
and what's
it's a
funny-
made-up holiday, Ike. Jesus.
It's not made up. It's just not important. And it's one of those things that's like it's important in America, and a lot of the things we celebrate about it are things that the American Irish did. Like corned beef and cabbage is not a thing they eat in Ireland. It's a thing that the immigrants ate when they got here because it was all they could afford was corned beef and cabbage because it was cheap back then. So that's what was a common meal to the Irish immigrant was corned beef and cabbage.
I think but you're gonna lump Cinco de Mayo in with the 5th of May?
Yep.
Like,
Well, it's not like
Why?
the 1st
Why?
of May. That's outdoor fucking.
Yeah.
wait,
Fucking
is
starts
that a real
that
day?
day. Yeah, it's the Jonathan Colton song. 1st of May, outdoors fucking starts today. Yeah, I would say those two holidays really, they're just an excuse for people to fucking just get like blitzed on a weekday and be alcoholics for a night and use the excuse like, yeah, it's St. Patrick's Day. I can fucking throw this bottle at a homeless guy and piss in a street on a police horse because it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna wear a sombrero, which is not racist at all. Oh, I'm gonna drink tequila out of a bottle, wear a sombrero, and go and I'm not racist.
Well, on St. Patrick's Day, that would be racist.
Yeah.
That would actually be wrong.
It's racist on
you get
every
your holidays
day.
confused.
Yeah.
Unless you work for an establishment that requires you to dress and do those things, I would say that's...
Doesn't make it any less racist. It's still racist. You just have no control. I mean... Your job can require you to wear an afro wig and blackface. That doesn't mean it's not racist. It just means your job is requiring you to dress racistly.
You got a really bad job or a really good gig as an actor.
Or you better have a really good lawyer.
That was
PR person.
Have I told that story of like a friend of mine during Halloween Horror Nights? They're like there's the Walking Dead section. There's this part where like this black character gets killed, and this one girl I know, we're gonna have her play that part, and they're like, we'll darken your face and put you in this afro wig, and she's like, you mean blackface? And they're like, no, we'll just put makeup on your face to make your skin gray, and she's like, no, that's blackface, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's like afro.
I think you told that before,
yeah,
but
I'm sure
I'm glad you said it again because it is entertaining.
Yeah, it still would have been racist of her, even though the makeup people were saying no, it's okay. It's still racist. It wouldn't have been her. It kind of would have been her fault because it's on you to know that that's racist.
Right? Yeah. It's not on the company. Like they can do whatever they want. That falls back on them.
Yeah.
I was just doing my job.
Yeah.
That's actually wrong. No,
that didn't work for the Nazis at Auschwitz. Yeah. It's not going to work for you.
You really got to take ownership. This is a good lesson, a good life lesson. You need to take ownership of your domain. So whether it's some studio wanting to paint you in blackface or just making decisions on a daily cube farm job, you gotta take ownership. So that's important.
Stand up for yourself.
Yeah, No, don't let your boss paint you in blackface. That's generally.
If there's one thing we want you to get away from the 6 years we've been doing this show is don't let your boss make you wear blackface to work.
That is the number one reason we started doing this show all those years ago.
Yeah.
So make sure to rate and review us on iTunes. By the way, we haven't done an iTunes in a while. So a good 5 stars would be pretty great. Go to iTunes and rate us. Or, if you're listening to it on something else that has a rating system, why not just flip over there and give us a good rating there, too? So that's great. We like that. We appreciate that. And we like climbing the rating systems. At one point, we were new and interesting or something in some
new and noteworthy.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Also, I heard a terrible trick. of iTunes, and I don't know if it's out there much. But I heard that if you unsubscribe and resubscribe, it counts as a new subscriber, and so people are gaming the an iTunes system. I'm sure they're going to shut this down. So people are gaming the podcast ranking systems by getting all their listeners to unsubscribe and resubscribe. Not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying that is a thing. Valentine's Day is in the chat room. The chat room says that is one that came up because it just is a terrible day for single people. And also, this is Top Dead Center Eric says he saved $400 switching to single on Valentine's Day. So that was really good of him. That's better than car insurance will save you, that's for sure.
Yeah, switch to Geico.
It doesn't.
That's a
Blazer says it, and it doesn't really fit, but I feel like it's an honorable mention, is Black Friday, because it's not a holiday.
Oh, great, we're going there again. More blackface jokes, Eric?
No.
Jeez, I thought we were done with...
No, see,
this is a different day? This is a different day.
And Black Friday is not a holiday, it doesn't count, but I do think it's garbage, and people should stop doing it, because It's stupid.
I'm not a huge fan of Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's all right.
Oh my god, Ike. That belongs at the top of the holiday charts.
No,
it's at the
I
freaking
can
bottom.
see that,
It doesn't. I don't get any presents, and I have to deal with family, and I have like a 3-hour, limit where I just can't be around people after like 4 hours.
Not all of us live next door to our fucking parents, Joe. So, like, I know everybody in Los Angeles has to fucking fly home to the fucking Midwest or East Coast or wherever.
No, all you just do,
and then deal with their uncles that use that call people gay for eating quinoa or whatever the fuck, and like that one cousin who brings his roommate every year, but he can't talk about it because grandma hasn't died yet, and it's just the fuck. It's like, hey, you know those people you tried to escape? Well, fucking deal with them.
I can't believe, okay, all that.
I think that Trump's got some real important things to say. Yeah, thanks, Grandma.
All right, Grandma.
He's
a good businessman.
Actually, everything he's ever touched falls apart. Like
it's gold. He makes gold out of his buildings. Oh, Grandma.
It's like the Midas touch if everything turned to just kind of sand and fell apart.
Anyway.
Well, he's certainly going to keep the gays from getting guns. Just eat your porridge, Grandma. Eat your porridge.
You feed everybody else has really good food, but you give your grandma porridge.
But she can't chew anymore. She's 97. Don't disrespect her. This could be
my grandma lived in 98. She ate chicken till the day she died.
This could be her last Thanksgiving. Okay? Can you just not be? Can you just not? Can you just not?
Oh my God, Eric. I don't care anymore. She's 97. She needs to get with the program.
Hey, Joe, shut the fuck up. Chew your goddamn chicken, watch football, and then go home to whatever fucking
if she says one more Trump comment. If she says one more Trump comment, I'm gonna feed her whole food.
I get it. Just fucking deal with it. You've been dealing with it your whole life. Why can't you just deal with it? You don't live here, okay? You go home after this, all right? I have to stay here. I have to take care of
it. No, okay. We already said the prayers, Grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma, we already said the prayers. You don't have to keep going.
This is an everyday thing for me. This is an everyday thing for me. You can't just fucking come.
How do you live here?
I don't know, okay? I don't know.
Just rock the boat. Rock the boat. You can't just live like this.
You can't. You're not gonna come here in my house, drop a fucking bomb, and then leave like you did something really fucking important, and then leave me to clean your shit. I'm tired of cleaning your shit.
Eric loves men. All right, he loves it, and it's fun for him. Okay, is that okay, Grandma? No, yeah, she's good with it, dude. There, done. See? And that's how you. That was an example of how to deal with Thanksgiving. Oh my God, Eric, no! Eric poisoned himself with spaghetti noodles or something.
No, I used a finger gun and I pointed at my head and I fired, which is bad improv because if you're doing improv, a gun is you're holding it. It's never a finger.
Wait, why do you not use a finger in improv?
Because you can't shoot because you're miming that you're holding an actual gun. So
okay, that makes sense.
That's why like if you ever see someone doing improv and they like answer a phone with their thumb and finger, that's bad improv because
shit. I didn't even
unless the phone is made out of a thumb and finger.
Yeah, unless you got one of those. They do sell like those gloves where there's like a mic and a earpiece and like the thumb and the forefinger.
Like the gadget, like the go-go gadget phone.
Yeah.
Like isn't that how is this? Anyway, we're running out of time. I didn't even get a chance to defend Thanksgiving, but I think my worst holiday is Christmas.
What?
Yes.
That's the day you get presents.
Yeah, but it's also the day that Joe gives out all his presents and realizes he's terrible at giving presents. We've covered this before. Terrible at giving presents. He gives shitty presents to people thinking he's hot shit. He's like, my dad's going to love this gun rack for his birthday. And he's not. He's not going to fucking want your goddamn gun safe.
You know who's going to want the gun rack? Grandma. Because she's going to be upset that you didn't show up again and that you're just leaving.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't stand another Christmas note.
Joe's awful at presents. I'm fantastic at them. I don't know. We haven't covered what Ike is. I'm sure he's great at it.
Listen. I think 1 year, this was a 1 year gift that I thought was good. I didn't feel like shopping for the whole family. I couldn't think of really good gift ideas because I suck at presents.
Start out strong.
Right. So I was like, family, I'm gonna buy you a giant TV, and this is a single big gift from me to you. Enjoy. And they still use that TV every day. So that was a good gift, right?
Yeah.
They're still using it. Big screen, big TV, nice HD
You're
TV.
like that guy in high school. You're like, yeah, I'm a janitor now. But remember in high school, I was MVP. It was a big game.
I threw that
coming.
You're right. I'm trying to lean back on like years of past glory of good presents. No, remember that one time I gave you a good thing. So okay, the reasons I don't like Christmas are basically it's all the bad parts of Thanksgiving. Like you have to go to all the family things. You got to spend a bunch of money on presents and gifts and all this stuff.
It's the opposite way. It's Thanksgiving is all the bad parts of Christmas. You don't get fucking presents. You have to deal with a bullshit family. Like, and there's no redeeming quality to it.
And turkey.
Like you don't have to buy more presents than you get now.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, turkey's overrated.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is like, hey, you know Christmas? Well, what if you didn't get What if you didn't get a reward at the end?
Well, no, okay. This is the problem is I have to spend more money on presents than what I get. Maybe if I can make it a lead, like if I can get it equaling out or something, that would be all right.
Just
all you have to do is make your own presents,
off.
Joe.
No, because but this is the problem. Those family members make the best food at Thanksgiving time, so you can't cut them off for Christmas. This is like penance, actually. So I don't know, like if your Thanksgiving is just boring or something, but my Thanksgiving's awesome because we have so many different kinds of Italian foods at Thanksgiving. You guys are just doing it wrong. You need to have.
So I need to go to Olive Garden, is what you're saying.
Okay, Olive Garden.
Real authentic Italian food.
Mamma mia!
It's just like my family going to Olive Garden.
Ah, just like bologna Alfredo, just like my grandma used to make.
Is that a Simpsons joke?
No, I think that's a Conan O'Brien joke I stole.
Oh, okay. I just, like him, and when you're blatantly stealing things, you should give him credit. I mean,
wow.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, all these show ideas I'm just stealing too, so that's good. Anyway, I really think like Christmas is the worst one, so that's my final answer. But you guys totally disagree with me on that, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. His was Valentine's Day, mine was St. Patrick's Day, and yours is Christmas. So it shows you what kind of a miserable little shit you are.
Think of this, though. Christmas has been creeping into other holidays. Christmas is fucking.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you.
This is what I'm saying. Christmas encroaches on Halloween now, so you got to deal with the Christmas.
That's not Christmas's fault. That's corporate.
Black Friday is a direct descendant on Christmas time, and Christmas and people hate Black Friday. Why do you think Black Friday is Christmas?
That's not Christmas's fault.
It's Christmas's fault. Why do you think Black Friday exists? It's Christmas. You think all the other holidays at the time is because Black Friday exists? It's Christmas's fault. You think Kwanzaa makes Black Friday happen? Wrong.
No. Maybe, you don't know.
So Joe, please, aside from football, which I don't give a shit about, what are the differences between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Thanksgiving and Christmas is the food set and also the weather. See, on Thanksgiving, here for me, I could still go outside. But at Christmas time, it's so frigid, everybody has to stay inside. You can't do anything.
No, that's a you thing. You can go outside and have as much fun in the snow as you want. It's a you problem that you don't want to go outside.
Man, it's so
I hate Christmas. There. You know how it is when your dad's like, Joe, when are you moving out? Like, all those standard Christmas things that we all deal with.
See, okay. You know what? I still hate Christmas, and you can call me the Grinch or whatever you want. I want to know what the listeners think. Send an email to the show at justcoolenough.com. What's your least favorite holiday and why? That would be really cool, because then we could read out some emails. We did get a couple emails, but we're not going to read any of them out because none of them were good enough. Shape it up. If you want to be read out on air, they got to be good. The show email address is theshow@justcoolenough.com.
We're desperate.
I don't think we
have standards.
Yeah.
That's Desperate but has standards is the name of my new book. It's my autobiography.
That was gonna be my new emo band, but I guess I'll give it to you for the autobiography.
Yeah.
Desperate but has standards. Wow.
Well, it's either
I
that
think
or my pants always have a spaghetti stain.
That should be my biography title. What are you talking
Also,
about?
that was going to be
Eric,
Joe's emo band.
Yeah.
all I need is a fork is my biography title. Eric, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can always find me on Twitter at Duncor, Duncor. And you can also, my plug for this week, because we're going to stop talking about all this horse shit and start plugging each other, is
Right.
on June 18th, or June 17th to the 18th, June 17th starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time through June 18th, 7 p.m., is the guys over at Saving Throw are doing another 24-hour stream, this time to raise money for Alzheimer's research as part of the Los Angeles battle to Alzheimer's. It's called like The Longest Day, and they're trying to raise some money. And you can already donate right away, but if you go to I believe savingthrowshow.com, you can find the link for this stuff. And find the page, or just tune in. You can.
Where can I go?
Saving Throw Show.
Eric, okay.
Wait, Eric, where
it's
can I
taking
go?
a total.
SavingThrowShow.com.
Where?
What
And
you
you-
can do?
Yeah, you have to talk in smaller spurts, Eric. Your internet can't hold up to your ranting.
It'll be in the fucking show notes.
I can hear just fine. I just
There you go.
Okay.
Okay,
it's-
so yeah, it'll be in the
it's been
fucking show
used this
notes. Go
whole
check
time.
that out.
My internet's fine until it shuts off this week. It's yours that's but yeah, we're doing that. We're trying to raise money for that, and it should be fun. I will be in, I believe, 3 games throughout that stream, which will be fun. My normal Saturday stream, and then like 2 others, or like real early on in the day too. So it should be fun.
Cool. Can't wait to watch the 24-hour Saving Throw show that's supposed to benefit lag or something. What was it supposed to benefit?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Don't you remember?
Okay.
Yes, that's life lag.
Yeah.
It is. It's the lag. Yeah, okay, anyway. My plug for this week is CCP Gray. He put out a great video. Go check it out. It's called You Are Too, and it talks about left brain, right brain stuff. Really interesting. It'll be in the show notes. And
That was
you
a
can
good
always
video.
follow me
I like
on
that.
Twitter. It is a good video. And you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @JoeQCar. Go check me out. Ike, what do you got?
Nothing. Oh, you should check out the
All right.
That's Fit Enough. Yeah. That's the other show that we do. By we, I mean Joe and I. And you can follow us on get a Fitbit. Come join our Fitbit movement, because it's worth it. Get fit.
Yeah. Get swole.
And get your bits. Get bits. Trust falls. We're doing all kinds of good stuff. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good show, and I'm going to cut off the show before Eric
Fuck
has time
off.
to say anything.
Don't
back.
think you can do
God damn it. No,
think you can just do
no.
Don't think you can
I
just
was
cut away.
trying so hard. I was like,
No,
I'm just going
you
to
didn't.
freight train this one and hit the end button. It didn't